The next element, now that you know how to position yourself, you've got a product and a service, you know your purpose, and you know that personally you're ready to kick ass. Now it's about, how do you perform? Well, maybe we want to say present, because what I want to share with you in this next video is, how do you present authentically? But what does that mean? Does that mean, like, what role do you play? Because maybe you are the serious one. Maybe you've got time when you are the entertainer. Maybe you've got time when you are the dancing queen. Or maybe you are the entrepreneur and philanthropist and an explorer. Or maybe you're a little bit more matriarchal. So what do I mean by this? What I'm talking about here is, it's not the roles that you play, it's how you can be naturally yourself. And why do I say that? Because if you're not, then they won't trust you. And if somebody doesn't trust you, then guess what? They're not going to buy into your ideas, your products or your services. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 very simple tips on how to just, well, be naturally you. The first of those 3 presentation tips that I'm going to share with you, for that we need to go back in time. So come with me back to 2012. Forsooth, my name is Cheryl Chapman, and I am here to talk to you today about how to be authentic, how to use your natural voice, and of course how to perform when you're on stage. And I swear on this Bible. Oh, hang on a minute. It's not a Bible, it's the complete works of William Shakespeare. Look, here's the truth, right? Back in 2012, when I first started to be a presenter and a speaker, I thought you had to put on an accent. I thought you had to be posh. I thought that if I spoke with a Yorkshire accent, nobody would ever understand what I was, who I was, or they'd probably think that I was a little bit rough. But the reality is, it was my husband first who said, "What's with the voice, Cheryl?" And I was like, oh, well, one has to be like this, you know, when one's on stage. And it's utter rubbish. You just have to be yourself. Now, here's what happened, right? I didn't even realise I was talking like that. And it wasn't until people started to say, what's with your voice? Like, just like my husband had been saying to me, you're all Yorkshire pudding off stage, but on stage you're a little bit like Dame Judi Dench. And so I had to practice being myself in terms of my voice. So in my head I had to go E by gum, and once I got to gum I could then talk naturally. And I remember the first time I was on stage, and it actually meant that I was speaking pretty much just normal, and this woman come running up to me at the end, and she said to me, "Oh my gosh, Cheryl, you're so amazing, you're like inspirational, I just love how natural you are. In fact, until I met you I thought I was too old, too fat and too ugly, but now I've met you, well, I know anything's possible." Now I have to say, in that moment I did think, hang on a minute, is that a compliment? And she started laughing, and we just had fun. You've just got to be the way that you are. You don't need a telephone voice, you just need your own natural voice, and later on you're going to find out how you'll use that even more to be a natural, authentic speaker, so that you can share your message with the world. The second tip is all about eye contact. Come closer. Come closer. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, so I want you to look into my eyes, not into my eyes, but around my eyes. And you'll feel that the nerves and the muscles are feeling heavy, droopy, drowsy, and sleep. Oh shit, no, don't sleep, don't, come back, come back, come back, come back. The next bit is about eye contact. So why is this important? Well, have you ever had a time in your life when you've been in love with somebody? Yeah, I bet you have, haven't you? Remember that time? Maybe it's now, or maybe it was in the past. But would you agree with me that when you're in love with somebody, you can't take your eyes off them? Interesting, isn't it? Now, also, can you remember a time when you fell out of love with somebody? And quite frankly, that's when you couldn't stand the freaking sight of them. That's why eye contact is crucial when you are standing on a stage, or you are on a video and you're looking down the camera lens. You've got to have that connection with your audience. This way, they feel connected. They feel like you love them. And here's a little tip. When you make eye contact with someone, when you look away, they want it back. You felt it, right? Eye contact is crucial when you want people to get to know, like, and trust you really, really quickly. Now, I'm not talking about staring at them like this as if you're a stalker, because then they're going to get really, really, really frightened, right? But I'm just talking about naturally looking, making eye contact, maybe looking away for a few seconds and coming back. When you get this art, when you master this art, honestly, it's going to take your presentations to the next level. And we're just using a natural skill. We've been using it all our lives, connecting with people that we know, like, and trust and love through eye contact. So use it. The next element, the third part, is about how you actually present. Now, think about the word present. It can sometimes mean that you present and you feel like, you have to put the body in the same way as you would have done the voice, how we spoke about the voice earlier. This is when you're talking to somebody, just talk like you would talk to them if you were meeting up for a coffee or a chat, or they were in your own living room. Because that way you're having the conversation, you're not putting on any airs and graces, you're not trying to be all so perfect, because perfect will kill you. It will mean procrastination. You won't necessarily want to get out there. But if you're just being you, the same person that you are off stage should be the person that's on stage or on video. So here it's about having a conversation. Record yourself having a conversation with your friends, and you'll notice, that you've got certain mannerisms. Perhaps you use a certain gesture all the time. And that's the gestures that you should be using when you are presenting as well. Because it's about presenting, not performing. Yes, you're putting on a performance. Yes, you're edutaining people. You're educating them, you're entertaining them. But at the same time, it's got to be you. Because as I said right at the beginning, if people feel like there's something a little bit off, then they won't trust you. And if they don't trust you, then they won't buy from you. The next video, of course, is all about how do you get yourself seen? How do you promote yourself? How can people know about you instead of you being the world's biggest secret? If you'd like to find out what's on that video, then please subscribe to this channel, click the bell for the notifications. Look forward to seeing you in that video soon.